In this video, I'm punted by the Ferrari. Hey everyone, I'm the Rev, this is Reverend Sim Racing, and we're here in the public lobbies once again, only this time we're at Nürburgring. Now, I'd never driven this car track combo before, I hadn't set up the car, and you're going to be able to see that because I go backwards. This is one atrocious event for me, but I thought it was worthwhile watching. So everybody gets through the first corner relatively unscathed, which is pretty well done because I'd say the first corner at Nürburgring is probably second only to Monza. So we did pretty well. Now straight away I get the feeling that this car, without my normal setup, is going to slide. It slides at the front on corner entry, it slides at the rear on corner exit. It just is an absolute nightmare. But every day's a school day, so what you're going to witness now is me trying to learn whilst I go. So I'm learning the car, I'm learning the track, and I'm learning the setup. That's a dead cert. Oh, a little slide on the front again. There's cars off on my right hand side. We're making sure that we give room, don't want to cause any incidents ourselves. And somehow, after a first couple of corners, not knowing the car, not knowing the track, I'm going to find myself in 17th position. Make that 16th because there's a McLaren, think it's a McLaren, facing the wrong way, into the gravel. That's the end of the McLaren. However, 16th we are not going to be able to stay. That's a dead cert. I don't get on the curb, which I should do because that catapults you into the corner. I guess so I get the corner entry all wrong, which results in a slow exit, which results in the Ferrari 296 pulling away from me. As we head into the left-hander, there's a car off on the left-hand side, Honda NSX. I'm looking at that. The Aston Martin sweeps up the inside. Fantastic move from the Aston Martin. Cardle has a squirm on the way out, as I say, really struggling with the balance, and I've now got the Bentley Continental for company, which is going to be a rocket up the straight. By comparison to the Ferrari, he's on my outside, there's going to be a tiny little bit of contact. I'm on the brakes too early, and ease up the inside as well, and that's now 17th place. As I say, we're going to go backwards in this race. We do manage to get the lap times down, but in terms of race performance, it's dire. There's yet another little error as I dip two wheels into the gravel, which compromises my straight line speed, and we've got the Ferrari for company as we head down towards the first corner once more. As I say, 17th place out of 30, doesn't seem too bad, but it doesn't get any better. It's only going to get worse. We've got a gaggle of cars ahead of us, we've got a Ferrari 296 right up our chuff. I'm sliding from the rear on the corner entry, absolutely terrible. It takes me a good 3 or 4 laps to settle here. Just could not get a handle on this car whatsoever with the aggressive setup. Clearly the aggressive setup, far too aggressive for me. Now we've got the Mercedes for company. Now remember being mindful at this point that faster drivers that may have had issues into the first corner probably were going to be coming through the pack. So I didn't want to defend too much as I wanted to let those faster drivers go and not compromise my own race. So we're coming down to the hairpin now. Very close from the Mercedes. I don't defend it. I let him go up the inside. I give him the room. And there's no chance whatsoever of any kind of switcheroo on the exit as I get that wrong, dip my front wheel into the gravel, which compromises my exit. So now we sweep into the S. Onto the second part, manage to bottom the car out, catch the slide, the Porsche's through, and that's another position lost. Honestly, Reverend, what on earth was going on? So we see now if we can try and hang on to this Porsche. Not a chance, the car slides on corner entry, I have to catch it once again, and that's another place lost to the NSX. Not to mention the 296 behind, which is now up close. I'm going to defend this very early, however he still gives me a tap, which is something that sets the tone for the way this guy drives, as I'm going to get many a tap from this driver in the time this race goes on. As we head down into the final corner, I'm down to first, I should be in second, and that allows the 296 behind to get the better exit, and he's on my right hand side. Now I'm not going to defend this one. It's too late, he's got the better run, he is quicker, so we're going to concede this place without much of a fight and just try and concentrate on the exit and actually trying to bring our lap time down and get a handle on this 296. However, once again, I'm too late on the brakes, I go in deep, which compromises my exit, compromises me into the next corner. Honestly, it's like I've never driven a car before. It's absolutely shocking. And the Mustang is on our right hand side. We're going to defend it ever so slightly, but he's passed us. There's not a great deal we can do as we break down into the S, but he's gone a little bit deep, so we're still side by side. Give him the room, and that's another place lost, down to 23rd. As I said, going absolutely nowhere in this race whatsoever. Let's try and pull a positive from this god-awful mess of a race. I'm definitely learning the track. I've got a green sector, 4.3 seconds up, and what is a terrible lap time anyway, so it couldn't get much worse, but at least we're 4.4 seconds up on the lap time. The entrance into the S was poor, which compromises my exit, which means the Mustang and the gaggle of cars ahead has a chance to pull away from me. So we're late onto the brakes, down to second, ride the curb, get on the power. This should really be a third gear corner. I'm down into second, but I now know that it should be third to get a better exit. But there's contact ahead, the Porsche's gone, see you later, thanks for coming, and the Mustang has gone as well. We're looking at being about 5 seconds up on the lap, so there's a little bit of improvement. So a couple of laps in, and we are starting to make some kind of progress. Skipping ahead now to lap 3, and you can see we've got the lap time down to 1:58.9. which is an improvement, but it's still not good enough. It needs to be somewhere around the 55, 54, 53, which is an absolute pipe dream at this moment in time. It's not happening. There's a Ferrari off on the right hand side. There's also another car in the gravel, and we're up to 18th. So the positions we've made through other people's errors. We've not actually done any fantastic overtaking ourselves. As I say, it was a terrible showing for me, really. So I did my very best to hold on to the Ferrari ahead. However, I had the Ferrari behind, which gave me a little bit of a tap into the last corner. That sent me slightly wide. I went into the gravel on the left hand side, the Ferrari's on my right, and that's another position. But we've got a personal fastest lap, so you've got to take what you can when you can. I've got Jeff on the radio telling me not to panic, which to be honest with you should have been some advice that I got at the beginning of this race, because it's been a terrible, terrible showing. I just managed to just tap the Ferrari, but luckily I don't spin him round. And the plan was to let this Ferrari go to see if he could attack the cars ahead. Another slide again from me. Oh, just watching it back, it's horrendous. And another slide on the way in. Oh my god, it's like I'm on ice. It's like literally like I've never driven a car before. The red Ferrari gives the blue Ferrari a tap. We're up 2 places with this. Compromises his exit. I'm up the inside. Somehow, I've no idea how, but I'm now 13th. I can't even tell you what happened, but I'm up to 13th, possibly 12th. We'll see at the end of this straight. And the lap time's down to 1:56.7. There's a little bit of contact on the way in. That's the third lot of contact we've had with this player, this race. And that last bit of contact is not going to be the last time that we do make contact, which is a shame. So with only 3 minutes left of this race, I make a complete hash again of the S, get my right hand side tyres into the gravel, compromise my exit. However, I know we're coming into the braking zone, so I'm going to defend this one. Late on the brakes, he turns in, contact again. I'm up onto the curbs, track limit warnings all round, in second gear for what should be a third, and off we go onto the straight. Now I know he's right behind me, so I may defend this into the chicane ahead. However, he doesn't give me the opportunity and spins me off, and he decides that that was the end of the race. I've been the Reverend, thank you for watching.